She was called the girl with ocean eyes. Born on the 18th of May 1996 in Malé, the capital of the Maldives, Raudha Athif seemed destined for light. Her beauty was magnetic, deep blue eyes, olive skin, and a smile that carried both innocence and mystery. Raised in a liberal Muslim family, Raudha defied conservative norms. She didn't wear the hijab or burqa, and her parents supported her right to choose, believing freedom mattered more than judgment. But that very freedom would later become the reason she was hated. At just 14 years old, Raudha's life changed forever when a photographer captured her image. The girl from Maldives with sea blue eyes. The picture went viral. Suddenly, the quiet island girl became an international sensation. But fame has a dark side. And for Raudha, that darkness was already waiting. Raudha's beauty brought fame, but her heart belonged to something deeper: medicine. She dreamed of becoming a doctor, helping those who couldn't afford care. After finishing school, she earned a scholarship to the Islamic University of Medicine in Bangladesh. It should have been the start of her dream. Instead, it became the beginning of a nightmare. At the university, Raudha had to wear a hijab inside the campus, a rule she respected. But her beauty still drew unwanted attention. Some admired her, others despised her. Rumors began spreading. Whispers followed her wherever she went. And when she appeared on the cover of Vogue India in 2016, her neck and shoulders exposed that whisper turned into fury. Students called her shameless, unholy. Threats grew louder. Isolation closed in, and Raudha's bright world began to dim. Even as hate surrounded her, Raudha tried to hold on. She kept smiling in her photos. She studied hard. She even made a few friends, one of them being Sirat Parveen, her roommate and closest companion. But inside the dorm, tension simmered. Some classmates mocked her for wearing jeans. Others accused her of disrespecting Islam. Her once peaceful life had turned into a daily struggle between identity and survival. Then came March 2017. Raudha confided in her parents that someone had given her a strange drink that made her feel sick and dizzy. She didn't trust her surroundings anymore, and just a week later, her parents received a call that shattered their world. It was early morning when Sirat Parveen returned to the dorm and found the door locked. Raudha wasn't answering. She peeked through the crack and froze. Raudha's body hung from the ceiling fan. Screams echoed through the hallway. Students rushed to break down the door, but it was too late. The girl with ocean eyes was gone. Police arrived, but the scene was chaos. People had already entered the room, contaminating evidence. A mirror was shattered, a coffee table cracked, signs of a struggle. Yet within hours, the police announced their conclusion: suicide. No full forensic inspection. No waiting for her parents, just a single word to close the file: suicide. But Raudha's father refused to believe it. Dr. Muhammad Athif, a medical doctor himself, knew something was wrong. He said his daughter was full of life, planning her classes and cooking breakfast the same morning she supposedly ended her life. He noticed the bruises, the broken glass, the neck marks that didn't match the scarf she was found with. These are fingers, not fabric, he said. The authorities ignored him. They conducted an autopsy without his permission and buried her before the family even arrived from Australia. That's when Raudha's father began his own investigation. He hired independent experts, and their findings changed everything. The second autopsy revealed something chilling. The marks on Raudha's neck weren't caused by hanging but by manual strangulation. Someone had pressed their hands against her throat. The crime scene had been altered to look like suicide. And all clues pointed toward one person, her roommate, Sirat Parveen. She was the last person to see Raudha alive and the first to find her dead. Sirat's behavior after the death made things even darker. Raudha's Instagram account unfollowed Sirat. then was mysteriously deleted actions Raudha couldn't have taken. Still, police insisted it was suicide, claiming the neck marks were birthmarks. But not a single person, not photographers, not makeup artists, not her own family, had ever seen them before. So, what were they hiding? In April 2017, Raudha's father filed a new case demanding truth. Authorities exhumed her body for a third autopsy, but this time they claimed there was no foul play. They even produced messages supposedly sent from Raudha's phone to a man named Shaheen Ghani, implying a breakup and emotional distress. But her parents said she didn't even know him. Someone could have easily sent those texts after she died. Years later, an investigation by Australia's 60 Minutes exposed major flaws in the case: missing evidence, corrupted files, contradictions in police reports. Still, no one was charged. No justice was served. Today, the mystery of Raudha Athif remains unsolved, a story of beauty, brilliance, and betrayal. A life full of promise, extinguished in silence. Was it suicide or a murder buried beneath lies and fear? That's for you to decide.